Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new something which is only going to happen this once. Wonderful intro, wonderful intro. As you can see, I'm not where I usually am. I'm in my flat up in Auckland compared to where I am normally back at home. But I thought because the new Sonic games came out, I've had absolutely zero time because my flights have been cancelled and all that sort of stuff. So I've had no time to make any videos. Like I plan on doing an SFM, maybe that's next week, Tuesday, maybe if I get enough time. Otherwise I'll do something like another Sonic 06 or something. Who knows? But let's get into the games. Because I want to show you I want to give you guys my thoughts, I want to give you guys my opinions, what I thought was going to happen, what has happened, all that sort of great stuff. Because we get 2 new Sonic games, and that's really cool, and there's some things that I really enjoy, some things not so much, but we'll get into it. I'm using VLC in order to get the footage here, because I downloaded the videos, so I'm gonna have to make this slightly smaller. Sorry if the quality's not that great. I had to download the videos from YouTube in order to like record the screen because for some reason my screen recorder just doesn't like to work on this laptop. Alright, so 3, 2, 1, boop. Alright, so we are recording in this. I'm just gonna pause it right here because I don't want to get like a copyright strike. I want fair use because it's their trailer, not mine. If you want to see this, the whole thing, go look up the Sonic the Hedgehog channel. Sonic Mania is just basically another 2D Sonic game, which is great. I have said many a time that just make another Sonic game with 2D sprites and have it similar to like Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Now they've got the Sonic CD thing going on. Where it looks a lot more similar to Sonic CD than it does like because it's got that very shiny, colorful aspect as compared to like the slightly more realistic Sonic 3. But I don't mind that. It looks really cool. Anyway, that's the first game. Oop. Okay, the second. This second Sonic game is a 3D one, which of course we would get. At first I thought it was just Sonic Mania, and I would have been pretty pissed. So this one is, we actually only get a CG cutscene for this one. And as far as I can tell, it seems pretty gritty and not edgy, but dark. And that's what I really wanted for a Sonic game. I wanted an apocalyptic Sonic game where Sonic actually, fights through forces of evil, whatever you say, whatever. Also, if there's a little bit echoey, I'm sorry. Oh god, I just realized there'll be no sound of this. That'll be fine. We'll do sound later. Plus, if you want to hear the sound, go watch the real trailer. Don't watch the trailers first, because we're gonna speak my opinions. Also, it's really dark in here. Like, I have a window here, and it actually leads into a lobby, which then leads into the windows. Like, that part of the house was like an add-on after my part, so I have these windows in my room just leading into another room, and it's really weird. But anyway, I don't have a lamp or anything, so you're just gonna have to settle for this for now, you fuckers. Anyway, so this is an apocalyptic Sonic game with classic Sonic, as you can see here. Okay, so before anything happens, I'll say what I thought was gonna happen as compared to what did happen. Now, to be perfectly honest, when I saw the main art for the Sonic 25th anniversary, I thought, okay, so classic Sonic and modern Sonic. So this is most likely a Generations 2 of some sort, which is what happened here. My guess is that it's going to be a much better story with classic Sonic involved. So that'll be much better and overall, because apparently they've been working on this game for over 3 years. So hopefully it's really good. Like, it better be good. It better be freaking amazing. Like, I'm really hoping that modern Sonic has just 3D gameplay instead of 3D and 2D, because 2D can be a classic Sonic, whatever. Like, so then we have Sonic Mania, which I also guessed. I don't think I ever recorded myself guessing this. Maybe I did, but perhaps, boop, it might have gone crazy. I also, again, I said I wanted another 2D Sonic game. That's what they should do. If they're smart, they'll do one of those, because the App Store ones have been doing pretty well, right? At least I think they have. Anyway, so that's really cool that they did that. It's the absolute safest thing to do for them right now, making a Generations 2. It probably won't be called Generations 2, otherwise we would have seen Generations 2. Generations was very lighthearted. This is quite dark, to be honest. And we'll get to like an analysis later on. So that's how I feel about it. Well, I didn't say how I feel about the game. That's what I thought the games were going to be. My feelings towards the game, Sonic Mania, it's a big thumbs up. You can play Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. That's all I ever needed. Like, just bring me those 3. They could have updated Knuckles' art, but, whatever, that's okay. And for the other one, I'm looking forward to a Dark Sonic game. We'll just have to wait until gameplay comes out for that one. There might be new gameplay. There's probably already gameplay Sonic Mania. I don't give a shit. This is going up tomorrow, which is Tuesday in New Zealand, which is the 26th of New Zealand. but it'll be like the 27th for America out there. So let's go on to the analysis, I guess. I don't want to make this video too long, but I don't want to, you know, like, not say my full ideas and opinions, and then after I'm editing, I'll be like, no, I wanted to say that, and I probably will. I probably have already put text up or something. Probably haven't. Probably have. I don't know. Let's go on with, no, I don't want media player. Don't give me media player, because then you guys see the stupid thing at the bottom. No, I don't want to continue where I left off. Son of a Sonic Mania, right? 31 boop. Okay, we're gonna go through this pretty slowly. We're gonna see what we can find, and okay, someone's at the door. Alrighty. That was my roommate, James. He's a nice guy. Papa James. Hashtag Papa James. Okay, 3, 2, 1, boop. Let's go back into this. So let's analyze these amazing videos, because that's what we need to do. The one hedgehog changed the world. This is great. I'm not going to be bothering commenting about the music. It's all pretty stock standard as far as I'm aware. For Sonic, anyway. I mean, Sonic music's always great. It's showing us all the great games that have happened. Sonic Heroes, yo, that's the best game. That's a great game. Anyway, so now basically this intro bit, this is just, as we move forward, we need to move backwards because we fucked up really badly. James just went past the window, as I talked about before, that we have in the lobby. And that's Sonic R. Why do they have Sonic R there? It's like, isn't that one of like the weirdest games to like ask to say that that's really good, whatever. Not a very good game for this. Anyway, so whoa, too fast, going too fast there, Sonic. I know you're meant to be going fast, but we're just gonna have to slow it down. How do I do this in VCL? Okay, so I can go even slower. Maybe. It still looks pretty fast. All right, so let's skim through this. I don't know whether you can see the timer thing at the bottom. So obviously you can see Sonic's, it's basically an updated Sonic 2 sprite, or Sonic CD sprite. The Sonic CD sprite was pretty close in, everything else was. By the way, I haven't seen anyone else's videos on Sonic Mania or the other Sonic game, so this is all my own ideas and opinions. I didn't watch anyone's video. It took willpower all day. It took willpower not to watch anyone else's videos. Like, I don't know, some call me Johnny. Other Tails channel, I think they did more on it. More gameplay on Sonic Mania, I think. So as far as I can tell, the style is very reminiscent of Sonic CD. It's very bright, very colorful. I always found Sonic CD's levels a little too, like, there's too much going on in the stage, but this looks like it's a nice kind of mix between, you know, a decorated background or detailed background and like an easy forefront, because everything's purple in the background, everything's blue on the forefront. As you can see, Sonic's got like a new running animation. He's got, I guess he's got his arms out, kind of like the super spin out move in Sonic. You can probably see the shadow when James walks across. He's kind of like his arms out, like back with the super peel out in Sonic CD. But he's got like a weird spin thing, like the one in Sonic before the sequel. I'm not sure, but maybe some of the guys who worked on Sonic before the sequel, or the guy who worked on it, is working on this game. I'm not sure. Christian Whitehead really. That name stuck out to me, but I don't know if I'm true or not. I will write a little thing there. If it's true or not, maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know. 101 rings. Okay, let's have a look for more stuff that we can find. Eggnog. I found the Easter egg, guys. It's Eggnog with Egg TV. So this is obviously a city that Eggman's created of some sort. The monitors look generally the same. Sonic's got a couple of extra sprites, I realized. Like, that's very smooth. I bumped the table. That's very smooth for a sprite thing. And as expected, like, I saw where Ant Dude was doing Sonic the Hedgehog hacks, and there was one with just really smooth animation. He was like, oh. So this was Ant Dude, he's a man. Ant Dude, love me. Ant Dude, you gotta make a video with me. I'll buy a lamp, I promise. Reimagine classics. Okay, so, as far as I can tell, they're doing the thing like in Sonic Heroes, I think. Maybe it's a little less graphically intense, but as far as I'm aware, like, I'm guessing that Act 1 will be the original Green Hill Zone, and Act 2 will be that cave thing that we just saw, the cave Green Hill. Also, the spinny thing, yeah, there's like a cave in the background there. It's a little hard to tell. You can see it later on, but there's, what was I saying? Yeah, the spinny thing here. That was not actually in Sonic the Hedgehog 1. They didn't even bother doing the running animation over there. He's just sliding. Come on! I get it, that's what the old one did, but that's because they had limited size on the cartridge. Come on! You agree with me, right? Like, he's not meant to just slide through. He's meant to run through it. That's bull. Like, Tails wags his tails through it because it's easiest to do that. But, like, why not just give Sonic a running animation through that? Come on, man. Just make the 3D model and then give it the things. Oh, well. Whatever. That was in Sonic 2. So I guess there's obviously interactable objects throughout the levels that you can use, similar to like Sonic 3 and stuff. There we go, bonus stages, if that's a bonus stage. I'm guessing that's just a gimmick in this stage to hopefully win the lottery or something like a casino zone. It's very bright and colorful things. Playable characters, see, you could see it was going to be playable characters before because there's the blue, there's the orangey yellow, which was Tails used to be more orange than he was yellow, and then there's a red for Knuckles. But what's this light blue here? Does this symbolize something? Who's the light blue character? Is there a light blue character? All I can think of is Silver and Nazo. But his Nazo wasn't even real. I don't know why I can't think of a light blue character. I'm sure there's got to be at least one, right? Oh well. I don't think it means anything. I think it's just another shade for Sonic. Tails, who was orange, clearly. Knuckles, who looks like he just got into a boxing fight. He really shouldn't have. And here we got the all-new Drop Dash, which is actually a really cool mechanic. I can see. You drop down, and probably there's a button you need to hold or something, and you can spin dash, basically, on the place where you land. That is wonderful. Just wonderful. That's all I need to say about that. It's wonderful. The ultimate celebration. See, this is where I thought, oh man, there's not another Sonic game? This is the only celebration they're doing? It was like 3 years on this. No thanks. Oh, back there. I didn't see this the first time. Friggin' elemental shield. Water shield. Boom, which means they're bringing back the shields, baby. And hopefully they got the lightning and the fire shields as well. Hopefully not just the water. Wait, does that mean there's a water place in this level? That could mean maybe this level goes watery in like a Carnival Night Zone does in... No, not Carnival Night Zone. Yeah, Carnival... Casino? No, Carnival Night Zone. Yeah, from Sonic 3. That halfway through the Act 2, I think it goes all watery. Again with the smooth animation. This is clearly a classic take on the first boss from Sonic 1. And instead of having the thing which you got to hit at the top and the ball swinging at the bottom. Oh. Actually, hold on a second. If this is really from Sonic, if this is really like based similarly to Sonic 3, then in Act 1, normally there's a boss, a mini boss. In Act 2, there's a boss with Eggman in it. So judging by this is Act 1 because it doesn't have Eggman in it. Unless Eggman gets in at the beginning. But as far as I can tell, it doesn't, and he would be dying. He would be spinning around and just losing consciousness. So that might be Act 1, actually. Maybe Green Hill Zone goes underground at one point like it did in Generations. That'd be pretty cool. Of past and future. Now, there's the thing that confuses me a little, but also it gives me... Oh, there's the wonderful spinning animation. There's a little glitch, and not a glitch, like something they failed to take into account with the nose there. They accidentally must have put Sonic's sprite face a little too early and then accidentally clipped the other one. Oh well, let's keep it on this for now. The Sonic spinning at a wonderful... Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Because it said of past and future. Did it say past and future? I'm guessing they mean it's a celebration of past and future. But what I'm guessing, there could be something more to this. Like, I don't know if I can still be seen. There could be more to this. It could mean maybe these games are connected. Because Classic Sonic in the last game, the Time Eater, was the thing that allowed Classic Sonic to come into the future. Now, unless Eggman's created another, like, time machine or something, I can't see another way for Classic Sonic to get into the future unless he, like, taps into the Speed Force and runs the speed of 1,000 leagues, suns, things. But it would make sense for, at the end of this game, Classic Sonic finds some sort of machine or something that Eggman's built in that place, and that what allows him to come into the apocalyptic future which Sonic is in now. Or they both somehow get into the same sort of machine and both enter the future where they have to save the world. I mean, I heard some people at my school saying it could be like a reference, the new apocalyptic game could be a reference to Sonic 06, but I'll talk about that later. I don't think it is, but we'll talk about that later. Anyway, Sonic's design, wonderful. It's great. I could have, like, less of a belly would have been a little cooler. I think I've showed you guys my favorite Sonic. If I haven't, I'm sure it's definitely fan art. But it's my favorite Sonic design so far. It'd be really cool if Sega did something like that. But yeah, okay. Let's go into the next one. I guess we'll try and analyze the next one. The background looks pretty cool because that's basically like a it's kind of like a Yoshi's Island thing going on there. The menu of Yoshi's Island, anyway. It's pretty cool how it all looks like it's still running on the old consoles, though. So boop, And we'll just sift on to Project Sonic, and then that'll be it, I guess. Oh no, I exited VLC. No, I have to go through my whole computer to find it again, because for some reason when I'm connected to this internet, my right click just doesn't work on the desktop. I don't know why. It just doesn't. Is it still running slow? No, it's not running slow. Oh god, it's running fast. It's running fast, and with things. Speed. Let's go slower. So straight up from the people who bought us Sonic Colors and Sonic Generations, that means that the boost formula is most likely back. Sonic Team, they did well on Sonic Colors and Sonic Generations. I'm just hoping they do really well with the story, because in Colors and Generations, it was pretty minimal, the story. Like, it was just kind of there to keep the gameplay there. And that was cool, but I really enjoyed, like, having a solid story, like in, something simple, but, like, something well done. Like, Colors was a good example. Generations was not a good example. It wasn't very well put together. It just kind of, like, seemed everything just kind of mishmashed together in a patchwork thing. All right, before I go on to that, we should probably have a look at these. So, in the darkest of times, now, clearly these are robots based on the robot from Sonic Generations, which was based on the last final boss from Sonic 2. You even have, like, the same sort of lights coming through near the pelvic region. So they look very similar to those, just very huge models with one eye. The reason why people were saying, oh, it looks like Sonic 06 thing, is like, obviously it's not, because the buildings are much, much different than the big cities that were in Sonic 06. It looks more like Rooftop Run. No, not Rooftop Run. City Escape. Just absolutely destroyed. So the world needs a hero. I don't know what's with all these things. Like, why can't you just play the trailer? I guess they needed more playtime. So obviously they're based on Eggman. So obviously Eggman's doing this. And for once it's nice to see Eggman like actually become a proper villain. Like before it was like, hey, it's Eggman. Hey, he's a cool guy. And Eggman's like, oh, you Sonic is ruining my plans once again. But now he's like actually doing something. Like in Sonic Heroes, he promised he'd do something, but it was actually Metal Sonic and Metal Sonic. So it wasn't actually Eggman, it was Metal Sonic trying to destroy the world. All right, so my point just went completely out the window. The only time Eggman's done anything like crazy, this crazy, is... I can't even think of it. I don't even know. But it does really look similar to... I don't know what's going on with that roof in the background. But it looks very similar to the City Escape from Sonic Generations, I gotta say. Maybe some of the buildings look a little different, but yeah, that was my thought on that take. Here's a problem I have right off the bat. First of all, Sonic Spin looks terrible. I'm sorry. I mean, the effect looks nice, but it's not a Sonic Spin. It's kind of like a ribbon around him, like it reminds me of Sonic Boom, and that's something I don't want to be reminded of. Also, Sonic can't stop in midair. Whoever got that in their mind, that Sonic can stop in midair, he can't. Look, he stays in the air for like, he like loses some momentum. Sonic can't do that in any of the games, as far as I'm aware. I'm pretty sure he can't. Only Shadow can do that, because he's got his rocket boots. He can't stay in the air. I don't get it. I don't get why they did it. That doesn't look right. Isn't it meant to be going up? Like, I wish I could show you my mouse, but whatever. We'll just keep going. We won't nitpick, but we'll try to figure out if there's anything we can see. I mean, it kind of looks like the road from when you come down in City Escape after that one loop, but all the tiles and things look just a little bit different. Like, there's brick. I guess the Sonic's model looks nice. He looks a little chubby. Just this thing, but that's because he's looking upwards. I always thought that Sonic's mouth needs to be a little bit more to the center. Just a little bit more. Because having it right on the edge doesn't look completely right to me. I don't know why. I figured that another really good looking Sonic, in some of the more recent, I don't think it's the very recent ones, but semi-recent, after the reboot, in the Sonic comics, they had 3D renders of Sonic. Those look perfect. Like, those were a great modern Sonic. But these look kind of odd. What's he doing this late? He's just hopping. Okay, let's see if we can spin through here, just see what's going on. Okay, trees, obviously, things like that. Well, that just came out of nowhere. He's not exactly boosting, but they might have done that just so they could see. They might have just not had the boost effect in front of him just so they couldn't see. So you could actually clearly see Sonic. What am I saying? Or this could mean we have another mechanic entirely. Like, for example, that thing up there could have been a new just Sonic dash forward, because he wasn't actually homing attacking anything. Then again, we've seen things like before in like in Sonic Unleashed in cutscenes where he can't do what he can do in cutscenes. So we'll take this all with a grain of salt. So he's clearly quick stepping, he's doing all the great things Sonic can do. Now he just flies for a split second. It doesn't look like he's very high in the air. His shadow says something different, but they could have done better with that, I'm afraid. Oh no, look, it's a thing. Man, they really need to like make better expressions for Sonic's face. Even in Sonic Riders, he had better expression than this. I think it's a pity that the model that they use for Sonic, the one in Generations, the one in Colors, it can't convey that much emotion. And that's a pity. But even heroes need help. But isn't Sonic also a hero? He needs help from himself? Is that a thing? I can't believe he's been flying for this long. Classic Sonic. That's the Sonic CD pose where he kicks Metal Sonic. Well, the Sonic CD boss from Sonic Generations. I don't know if that's actually a classic Sonic pose. It might be an adventure pose. That's what I first thought when I saw it. I was like, where is that the adventure pose? Does this mean semi-modern Sonic? What is it? Green Eyes Sonic is coming in? But I don't think that's true either. So we got classic Sonic again. He's looking cheerful. See, that has more emotion than modern Sonic has. Because look at his mouth. He's like, hey, how's it going? I got no teeth. Yeah, that looks all pretty normal as far as we can see. Sonic is still flying. Now he goes down. So it's much better, I gotta say. It's much more nice to see them. Okay, classic Sonic boosts as well. So most likely we're just gonna see modern Sonic boosting gameplay and classic Sonic regular gameplay. I think this is just to show they're going fast. And onwards to the huge robot things, which are shooting giant lasers. Join the Resistance. So what's the game gonna be called? Sonic Resistance? Who knows? Holiday 2017. Holiday, the problem is I don't know when the holidays are in America or anything, but you can see there's got for the PS4, Xbox One, the Nintendo NX, which they still haven't come up with a freaking anything for yet. Like, come on, Nintendo, you're gonna give us a bit of information on that yet? And for PC, of course. I can't run it on any of those because I don't have any of them. Well, I got a PC, obviously, but it's not gonna be able to run that game, especially if it looks anything similar to this. Yeah, we got it right on the pose, right on the pose. So those are the two games. My thoughts, I have high hopes, especially for the for this one. I mean, the 2D Sonic game is gonna be great anyway. Like, I just hope it doesn't go the way Sonic CD did with level design. I hope it goes more towards the length of Sonic 3. Because in Sonic 3, you could basically, like, for example, the first level, comparatively, I mean, I know 3 was made after the CD, so they improved on things, but I'm just hoping, because if you take a portion of the level and you just cut it out and you slap it on a board, you can just be like, I know exactly where that is in the level. And I can do that with most of the levels in Sonic 3. The first level is probably the easiest in order to do that in. But in like Sonic CD, Sonic 1, it's less easy to tell exactly where you are. I keep burping, I don't know why. It's less easy to tell where you are. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Sonic would look better with a slightly smaller gut. Still circular, but slightly smaller, just a little bit smaller. I don't know. It just makes his running seem a little out of proportion. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the games. I don't know if there's anything else I was gonna say. My thoughts, my ideas, where they might go from here. I could say some story ideas, I suppose. I mean, it's pretty vague as far as we're aware now. Like, Eggman's doing something. To be honest, I don't think they want to paint Eggman in a terrible, horrible, evil villain light. So they might end up just having like, Eggman's being brainwashed. You gotta save him. I mean, Eggman was like destroying worlds in another game. But even then, he just seemed like a lovable old Eggman. Like, this seems slightly more dark. And it's like what Sonic 06 tried to do, but it's doing it much better because it's regular Sonic. You're doing regular Sonic things. You're not, oh god, what if this is another Sonic 06? Oh no, it can't be. It won't be. It won't be. It will not be. Because it's impossible for Sega to screw up now. There's no way they can. I hope I don't eat my words. Alright. So that's that. That's the new Sonic games. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And yeah, I'll reply if I find your comment interesting, or if you have a good question, or you want to hear my opinion on something. So, yep. Alrighty. I'll see you guys later. I'll leave you with the outro to some other videos I did. Check out Sonic 06. And by the way, those Five Nights at Freddy's videos that I'm making, they're not meant to be serious. The sister location ones, not meant to be serious, not meant to be taken seriously at all. It's not like with Sonic, the Five Nights at Freddy's ones that I did, like 1, 2, and 3 of Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm gonna make Five Nights at Knuckles, and I've come up with some pretty good jokes for that, but those ones are just made to be stupid. They're just stupid. Like, the games haven't even come out. I'm just like, well, people like sister locations. There you go. It did really well, actually, which was the sad thing. So that's why I made a second one. I was like, well, people seem to like it, all right. Yep, all right, bye. Have a great day.